There we are. Let's talk. Now, behind me, I don't know if you can see it. It's the betrayal of Jesus in the Garden of Gethsemane by Judas. And it's a painting I did from an original painting, which Caravaggio painted those centuries ago. The betrayal of Jesus in the Garden of Gethsemane. And it's a very moving picture. And before the old COVID business, I think I did it in 2017 or something like that. And it's one that I love. I normally have it in the hall, so I changed things around now a bit. So I'm going to leave this up for a bit and then I'll put in another one that I can explain about as well. Got a called O. Henry, painted it in Connemara in a small in a cabin, what they call it a cabin, but a small house. Uh, and people were at mass in the house, and it's a picture of that, and it's very moving because it was celebrated in the early part of the 1900s. Yeah, and it just shows you the way things were done. Don't forget we had mass rocks here too, where mass had to be celebrated because of the persecution of the British. Yeah, you see, they changed to be very wicked and persecuted Catholics in their own country and in this country, wherever they're stuck their snout. Um, so, anyways, we won't go into that. So that's that. But now, shopping. I did a bit of shopping today. I went in towards Hells, and there's a supermarket there, Super Value, and it often has more stock than the local one. I buy stuff in the local one, but I buy stuff in the other one as well. And today I went in after the voting. I voted and I got some papers, some Catholic papers that I get, Catholic Voice and the Irish Catholic in the local newsagent, and then they have to order it. Collected that, and then drove into to Kells. I was going to say the stations across and local church there in Ballinlough, but I think there was going to be some kind of devotions or something. So I left in a few magazines that I did mark free, that I finished with. And so I continued then into Kells and went to the supervisor and got my parking and did my shopping and that. And I did have ice cream that I like, 12 little sort of ice cream that you used to get. And they're quite reasonable, 12 in a packet. And I got three of them packets and various other odds and ends that I don't get elsewhere. And I have a sweet tooth, but I put some of the stuff in the freezer, which I have out in the shed in the where the sun house is. I have the fridge out there. It's not in the kitchen, which means it's not making a racket. It's out there, and the washing machine is out there as well. So it's not because when that's going, it's making a good old racket. I remember one time when we were like we were in an apartment for we bought it too, and it was downstairs, and we thought it would be quiet, but because the people upstairs were a different kettle of fish, man and woman. Now they weren't all. I don't know if they weren't married either, but they both had good jobs. But they seemed to sort of have the washing machine on at 3 o'clock in the morning, and they wouldn't be washing clothes like boots and things like that, and it was dreadful. And then doing exercises at maybe 7 o'clock in the morning, so your sleep was interfered with. So we didn't stay there too long. We sold it, thanks be to God, and moved somewhere quiet. A little bungalow we got out in near Greystone between Greystones and Delgany, and was very nice. But maybe what where if you're living in a very much of an urban area, you could have problems with noise, unless your house is perhaps detached or soundproof. But then people can have radios in gardens and they look as if they're deaf because they're kind of quite high. So it interferes, doesn't it? And I did a program there recently. My friend told me that drones they bring in food, hamburgers and stuff. So I mean, I don't think that's a good idea. As a matter of fact, I don't like them at all. Just bring them away or go to if they're that fond of food, go somewhere. Stop sending drones around the place. But they make noise, and people are entitled to a bit of silence, aren't they? This racket. So wherever you're living, uh, one hopes that it's not too noisy because you can have it outside as well. If there's families around and children don't have be reared now as with as much kind of be seen and not heard, so they're allowed to do whatever they want. And you can, depending on your age or whatever, you can be put to a bit of pressure. Yeah. And so these are things that I think, and then there can be traffic maybe passing your door and you can't even hear the birds sing. So people do have all sorts of little crosses in their lives. But I was talking about shopping. So I did my shopping and it was very nice. And then the lady that served me was from Germany. I asked her, and I know from being there sometimes. And I asked her what part. Well, first of all, I asked her where she was from Germany. I think she told me. Say, where about in Germany? Because I was in Germany one time on an export mission one time with the it was called Course Tractor at the time. And export, they were responsible for exports and went on with other individuals and we went to Dusseldorf and she said she was from Frankfurt. I thought we might have went to Frankfurt. I'm not 100% sure, don't get me wrong. Or maybe it was Hamburg we went to as well. And I wasn't too keen on Hamburg. It's a kind of a peculiar city. I didn't particularly like it, quite frankly. It seemed to be a sordid place. No, and but that was our experience there. That's what she was from. I says, do you miss it or you know? Oh yeah, well that's what my home is and that, So she was in the supermarket as a cashier, so she was here a good while, and I have a feeling she doesn't stray back there too often, but maybe she does. We have people from various jurisdictions. I met people from when I was staying in the hotel in Ballybofey, Jackson's Hotel, oh, big hotel, well known and one of among the best hotels in the country, Jackson's. And it's a very well run and that, and the staff is very friendly. And funny enough, the two people that I dealt with in reception, one was from um, Bulgaria, and his English was good, but I knew he'd touch the thing and I asked him where he was from. And then the other gentleman was a coloured man from perhaps the African continent, but very helpful and carried some of my stuff up when I was going up because I'm able to do videos for what I'm doing here. I bring my little modem. I'm able to plug it in and without having to depend on their Wi-Fi because there's too many maybe on it and you wouldn't know what was going on. So I'm able to do my videos when I'm away. And so I'm just mentioning about the shopping. Um, so I did that and I bought a few other odds and ends and fruit and veg, or not veg, fruit, pears and little bag of oranges. I don't be that keen on bananas at times, Now and again I'd have them, but not too often. And I like the pears, and then sometimes they're a bit harder in a six in a little box. And then every week or two they get soft and they're very tasty. So I shopped anyways and I bought a few. I bought some jam, the donuts, or the donuts, very tasty. I might have half one, because today is Friday and I don't eat any meat on a Friday. I don't eat fish either. I have a hard boiled egg at lunchtime and a slice of toast, and then I'd have something else. And of course, I got some of these boxes, 12 in a little box, these ice creams. I got three packets of them. So there's some of them after my din dins, after my, not my din dins, after my maid and, uh, and that, so that's what I try to do. And then I just have something very light at tea time. So there we are. What to chat. So I'll just do now the little prayer that I have after this. So I could talk much longer about all these things, but we can't keep putting off forever, sure we can't. So have a chat yourself. It's always good to talk. Bye now.